All right. Hello and welcome to the Konflux Community Outreach SIG meeting for May 1st, 2025. I can't believe it's already May. I am going to forego the obligatory Justin Timberlake reference, NSYNC reference. But what I will do is share the agenda doc. So to begin, let me zoom this in a bit. That's better. So Eric has an update about Fedora and CentOS Stream doing builds on their own Konflux instances. I actually have an initial question, which I guess, is it the same instance that both projects are using, or is it just the Fedora instance and CentOS Stream is going to has its own
separate instances?
Separate instances.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And that's very, I guess, exciting that there are things that are being built right now, that bootc is being built on Konflux. That's pretty awesome news. If you're not aware, bootc is how we can have a container be turned into a VM image. Images are now, the container image is also an operating system image. You can boot it, and there's some pretty incredible things you can do. Like, it's almost like if you want to upgrade, you're just saying, hey, bootc, upgrade to this container image, and it does it. It's pretty awesome.
It is.
I see the notes here. There are other base images for that are built by other tools. Some other images are, I guess, built with other means, but not, I guess, no plan yet to move.
I can make a little comment on both of those. On the base image side of things, I think there's a bit of conservatism in Fedora around it, that the base image is important and so on. So let's do that last. The layered tooling images, those are the SCL images, the software collections images.
Oh, yeah.
And they're currently built in a GitHub action in the SCL org away from Fedora infrastructure, and they just push to a Quay.io org with Fedora in the name. Those are a good opportunity to move to Konflux, but I haven't personally had time to reach out to the maintainers in SCL org to even start the conversation. So if anybody watches the recording or anybody on the call wants to contribute to community outreach, that's a great, super practical technical thing to go do, is help somebody try to get those images building on Fedora.
You know what? I might actually be the right person to help with that. Cool. Because I know a lot of those SCL images, they were first done way back to support source to image.
Right.
And from all my history of doing stuff with OpenShift 3 days with the build config system and that stuff, I know a lot of those, at least past maintainers. And if some of those folks are still around, still maintaining SCL, I can reach out to them and just start asking questions and see where that goes. It's kind of on my to-do list anyway, because I've been working separately with the folks who've been developing UBI build packs. And that's something that I would love to do, is take what they've done and get more people involved, like software collections, so that that set of images are not just supporting S2I, but in theory could be also supporting cloud native build packs.
Awesome.
So that is good. I just want to sticky note this for myself.
Here, I'm going to add it to the agenda or something. There's while you're taking sticky note, Adam, just the one last avenue in Fedora. It's the Fedora infrastructure team they build a lot of container images to run and support the infrastructure services in Fedora. And they are independently looking at moving some of those to Fedora, but I don't know where they're at in that process. They're kind of self-contained. I think they're trying actively, but I'm not like engaged with them right now on like, you know, working through bugs and stumbling blocks.
All right. Any others folks here who may know a thing or two about the Fedora initiative? If not, I'll move to the new things on the agenda. So I added something last minute based on our pre-recording conversation, which is about uploading videos to YouTube. And I think, Ralph, you're the one who is the expert on that, so you can probably take it away.
Well, I guess what you know, we said it just before the recording.
Yeah.
This YouTube channel, I set it up. I'm the only person with editor access, but I don't want it to be that way. So I'm happy to include you, Adam, or everyone on this call as kind of co-maintainers of the YouTube channel to start making it easier to upload content across the SIGs and other things we have going on. I would love to start getting more demos up on YouTube.
And we have a lot, like we have like the Red Hat initiative, I know, has a bunch. And that's where a lot of development is happening. That would probably also be a good kind of like avenue of engagement to showcase, hey, if you've got something that is going to the project per se and not tied down to a specific instance, then it should be considered for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we just need like a flow, I think, to help make that happen. That when we record that whole call in the Red Hat engineering team, dividing those videos up into individual demos that could be uploaded is like, that's a lot of overhead work.
Yeah.
If we can get individual recorded demos ahead of time, most of them, maybe 75%, are applicable to the project, and I think would be interesting to a bystander or an onlooker or someone looking to get engaged. That's the exciting stuff, right?
Yeah, that's like people want to see. People want to see
the record is like this procedural. You know,
no, like people want to see demos. They want to see, and maybe even going back to just some like intro video content of like, this is how a project that is using Konflux builds containers. This is what's coming out. This is the user interface. If we have a user interface that is, you know, generic to the project.
We could use the Fedora instance.
Yeah, the Fedora instance. Yeah, that would be perfect. Like the Fedora instance would be perfect.
That it's not the upstream one. This is somebody's downstream Fedora
but
instance.
It's Fedora is, you know, that's a community project. That's like a great place to do it. And frankly, or even cross posting those videos to the Fedora community as well.
Yeah,
that would also, I think, work very well.
So that's a to do. We should track that as a SIG here. One of us get after that, recording that. I don't know if it needs to happen in the next 2 weeks, but it'd be nice to upload and pin it to our YouTube channel.
Maybe just like, I guess first, like solicit volunteers who want to be the ones responsible for uploading content. Probably would make sense for me and Eric. Like if you're a SIG lead, probably makes sense for you to have the permission to upload the recordings of your meetings. And after that, you know, certainly for those demos, might want to have like if someone wants to volunteer, be the one to curate the demo content and upload it.
Cool. I'll take an action to document that as like an expectation or a process in the community repo. That SIG leaders should have rights to upload to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, honestly, I would love to see a demo of like, this is how Bootsy is built on Konflux. Like, that would be amazing. I might know just the person to reach out to for that.
There's a guy, Martin, who's been working on it actively in Fedora, and
yeah, I know Jeff Ligon had done some initial forays, and he's overseeing the Bootsy teams, or was overseeing the Bootsy teams at one point.
Cool.
He's not overseeing Bootsy. He's definitely a champion of Bootsy. Let's put it that way. Okay. Anything to add, folks here? Greg, Alex, Andrew? We got a small group today.
Holiday and EMEA.
Yeah.
If we're spinning down on the video topic, can I just pick your brain about blogging for a second?
Sure.
I've been trying to get a blog out through the Red Hat developer blog and finished my draft 2 months ago. It's stuck in an editorial queue. And so I'm feeling the urge to have some other blogging output. I have my personal blog, which I haven't posted to in like 6 years, and I could resurrect that. Adam, I know you've got a personal blog. We like talked at one point about, should we have a
so there was an email thread. Let me pull it up. Eric had it because he had reached out to Red Hat's open source program office. That I can definitely share that information here. Give me one. Maybe I'll just take this as an action item to fall back on. I'm trying to find that email thread now. Here we go. So there's definitely like Dev2 and Medium was a recommend. I think honestly, probably one of the, since we are participating more actively with the Fedora community, like the Fedora blogs might be, and contributing to Fedora magazine might be a faster path.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if, and I think I know who I can ask, I wonder if the Fedora Planet is still a used and useful thing when you would post your own personal blog, but register your blog with this like blog aggregator.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if people still use it.
Yeah.
That would be the least friction. It's, you have full self-control over your publishing schedule. Cool. I can ask about that, and then
yeah, there's actually a Fedora project has a marketing team that we can engage with, and especially now that this is a real thing, that the Konflux project is being used by Fedora, I think that's something that we can we can put some more muscle behind it.
Mhm.
And frankly, the Fedora community blog might be the best avenue because that's geared towards contributors, and that's who we're serving.
Mhm.
I'm just looking. Maybe what I'll do is I have an email here. Maybe I'll just forward it to the Konflux mailing list. What was discussed?
Okay.
Because it's just like general useful advice. Yeah, I guess Ken's here. Ken, you're new to the Fedora, or not Fedora, Konflux community.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, welcome. Want to do maybe a quick intro?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Ken Dreyer, and I, of course, work at Red Hat, and I'm working on a product that is using Conflux to build it. So I don't have very much experience with Conflux directly, but I thought that this community meeting is pretty cool, so I decided to join.
Awesome. Very happy to have you. End users are very vital to any open source project. So always good to have end users being represented in community calls. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
That actually might be another good story to tell, is not just demos of like new features coming in, but also end user stories of like, this is what we're doing and this is what's working, and maybe these are the things that are not working so well and could be improved.
That's a great idea.
And that I think could apply both to video content and blog content.
That's cool. It goes back to the previous blogging problem. If every day I help people with issues on Conflux, or people who are acting as end users. I guess the question that's trying to form is, if we were to recommend or ask that they blog about or communicate about their problem publicly, how should we point them to do that? And I guess the answer comes back to there doesn't need to be some sort of centralized strategy for that. It's just, if you have a personal blog, if you have a project blog for your project that's onboarding to Conflux, use that, use whatever. And
Yeah, we don't have an official blog.
Yeah.
For the project.
Yeah. As I see in upstream Fedora Matrix right now, there's a user that's got an end user that's got an issue, some bug going on the upstream cluster. So after this call, I'm going to jump over and troubleshoot that with him. If anybody wants to join me in Matrix, we could do that async.
I would, but I unfortunately have other duties to attend to with another Konflux instance. So
as things go. Yeah.
As things go. All right. If there's no other topics, I think we can adjourn halfway and give folks back their time.
Thanks for running it, Adam, bringing us together.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Adam.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Take care.